As Oscar Escalada said in his broadcasted presentation here in Budapest, from the physiological brain functional point of view, any child who is able to talk is able to sing. Children and birds don't have to audition. We, teachers and children choir conductors, only have to facilitate ways to improve quality. Zoltán Kodály taught us that music education is everyone's right and it should start 9 months before birth. That's why Lullabies of the World, that Sonia Greiner, that is here with me, is going to present, is such a good initiative indeed. We need to teach mothers and later on kindergarten teachers to sing lullabies and nursery songs at the right register for the small children's vocal cords. But my presentation deals mainly with children at school. I suggest choir classes as the best tool to develop musical and social skills. I mean music lessons during school regular curricula where everyone sings and there are no auditions to select the best singers. Kodály and also Dmitry Kabalevsky suggested that each class should be a choir. That means that each music teacher should be a conductor. This is a big challenge, at least in Israel where I live, because music teachers are prepared to conduct choirs with children that have to audition and are ready to stay after school hours for rehearsals. Teachers in my country don't know what to do with uncertain singers. They don't have suitable materials, and of course they prefer to succeed quickly at the choir concerts organized by the music department of the Ministry of Education. That is very natural. What can I say? I myself participated in choral competitions and enjoyed being invited with cantabile to the prestigious Festival de Chœurs Lauréats, Festival for Winning Choirs in Vaison-la-Romaine. I would like to share with you my own professional story. When I was 60 years old, I fell in love with my first handsome choir conductor. And of course, I wanted to be like him. No wonder I became choral conductor myself, and later on coach for students and music teachers as conductors for children choirs. Playing Voices is probably the first book published, as far as I know, designed for children as a text and songbooks for a class choir, children in a class, not a selected choir. And the illustrations that you are going to see in this presentation are taken from the book. So afterwards, if you want to see, I brought 2 examples, then you can see how the book looks. Lately, I went through an emotional transformation. I began to switch from being conductor-centered to singer-centered. The traditional conductor is motivated by the desire to achieve the same. Yes, I saw it there. Yes, very famous slide. The traditional conductor is motivated by the desire to achieve a high musical performance, which is wonderful. But in his way to success, he fails to perceive the unseen child. This child, with a low self-image, gets punished and will never sing in a choir because it's easier to succeed without him. That's why I decided to create a specialist team to study and investigate the inclusive pedagogy that could help. With no previous experience in investigation at all, it was clear to me that I needed help from a specialist in social inclusive interaction dynamics. I was lucky enough to find Dr. Aviva Aviv, my colleague from the Levinsky College of Music Education in Tel Aviv. From her, I learned how to contemplate and notice marginal children and their behavior in class. 4 music teachers used to work with me as tutors for the music students making their practicum. So they trusted me and were ready for the adventure to join me and investigate about the pedagogy needed in choir classes. The schools we were working already had a very low socioeconomic background, so we added a normative conservatory choir but not selected children, and we also founded a very special place that you will see at the end in the video with children at severe social risk to see how that works with them. We learned from observing the implementation of this new idea that teachers need a philosophy of social humanistic education, the pertinent conducting skills, of course, and the most important thing, a constant link between them, this musical and the social skills, not to separate. Let's see some philosophers that enriched and reinforced us. I guess you probably know Martin Buber. He talked about a real dialogue. For him, a real dialogue is not when you are just talking and the other listening, but when you care about the other, if he understands you and what he has to tell you. That was very important because when we teach children, sometimes we only talk and we don't care if they are listening. So a dialogue with children is caring about them. The second philosopher of social humanistic education is Paulo Freire from Brazil. He said that education is a political action, that we should look for social justice. His book is named Liberation of the Oppressed. So for him, a good education is caring about the oppressed. But Janusz Korczak's demanding was the most difficult to implement because we are not used to respect mistakes or lack of knowledge. So we had to look for different ways to ask questions. Instead of asking, who knows XY, we asked the class the opposite. Who doesn't know XY, but dare to think about it? Any answer is interesting and based in some previous knowledge. Another example, when the choir sings something wrong, we used to stop their singing and ask them if they can imagine why we stopped. What was wrong? Instead of telling, you are out of tune, you are not on the beat. Why we stopped? What was wrong? And if they can find the way to improve it by themselves with knowledge that they have in this class. I must confess that children surprised me with very clever answers. And I find it that we always think we have to tell them, but they know a lot much than what we believe. So, the following are the main targets in our choir class. It's obvious, everyone knows what I mean. But I will mention only a few pedagogical examples that we experimented in persistent interaction between musical and social skills. This is the thing I try to make an accent here for you. First example. You can see the body language and you can almost hear the voices of each one. Yes? So, respecting voice production are different, multicultural. Voice productions are legitimate. It is very important, especially in a growing multicultural society with immigrants from different places, if we really want to be inclusive. This example highlights the importance to listen to others, even if they are different from us. The personal microphone allows me to listen and be responsible, first of all, of my own intonation and voice production. At the same time, the other ear pays attention to other parts of the choir's harmony. This is a very effective tool. An example of the different way of asking question is here, and I will tell you. Is here within you somebody that never tried the personal microphone? Everybody knows it? Everybody tried? Is no one here that never did the microphone no? You didn't? So this is an example how I ask who doesn't know. So try it. You put one hand here and the other hand here, and then you say 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Do it. And then you hear your voice like a personal microphone. That is important because if I listen first to my own voice and my intonation, then I can put together with the others. But if I don't know what is coming out from my voice, it's very difficult to be in good intonation with others. So this is, you saw how difficult it was to you to say, yeah, I don't know, because this is what I wanted to say. Children always, who knows? If you don't know, you are punished. You get a low grade or something. So I try to change that. The next example is for encouraging children to dare and create. Anything is accepting, including a repeated vocal mistake. If it is repeated, the mistake may create an interesting pattern. It is not anymore a mistake. You may yawn, cough, laugh, cry, sigh, everyone in a different time, and we get a pre-verbal choir with no words, just things that each just born baby knows to do. Everybody knows that. Creating is a way to be unique. It is a way to experiment and play with sounds like raw material, as Piaget suggested. Even a cat in love can improvise. There are many possible interpretations for artistic expression, and all can and should be discussed with the children. For example, we do a changing mood game. It means I invite the children to sing a song that they already know, but with different interpretations. Once we sing it at a very sad farewell, and then as a military march, and then as a lullaby, and then as a love song. So they have to look what they remember, how it sounds a military march, and the same song with the same letters to interpret it, so they can understand that we can decide what interpretation we know. The other thing, voice shower, is changing from performer to audience. You see, I love a lot of changing roles, yes? Changing from performer to audience is very helpful. As audience, I can relax and listen to the choir, while the performer sings to those that changed roles to become passive listeners. So what I do, and if we'll have time at the end, maybe we can experience that. Some children, let's say you are the children, some children will sit in the middle, yes, and all the choir will be around these children and sing to them. So they now can be listening how the expression sounds. It moves me or it doesn't, okay? So this is the changing role, and I call it voice shower because the sound comes like a shower from, like water, yes, like an energy to the children in the middle. Yes, this example talks about Spartan circle, I call that Spartan single. Here also we change roles. I divided the group, the choir, in 2 or 3 groups, depending on the parts of the song. And in each circle, in the beginning, I choose one child that will be in the middle. And the one that is in the middle has to conduct a little bit and has to listen to the fellows, and then he has to choose another child to be in his place in the middle. So all the children want to sing very good because they want to be chosen. So what happens is that they are playing and then don't feel that they are practicing the parts, what they are doing, because with the ones, and they don't want to finish. Now, I was not in the middle. Okay, next week. But I don't. So they want to do it more and more because they are playing. I forgot to say that what I have. We know children love to attract attention, to be in the center, to tell others what to do. So that's what I did. Okay. To summarize what I said, active participation is needed for everyone to sing. And changing roles was one of the strategies that we find it very, very helpful. So we talked about performance audience for artistic expression, supporting circles for rehearsal techniques, conductor singer. I didn't talk about that, but you will see it in the video at the end. I say that. First, please, everybody look at me, because in 2 minutes you are going to be in my place. You will be a conductor and I will sit in your place. So all the children want to be conductors, so they look at me and we make eye contact, yes? So in the video you will see that, and it works extraordinarily good to pay attention. And the children love to be conductors. Everyone, not the most good musicians or something, just now you, all the time. And singer teacher, I didn't speak about yet, is to work with uncertain singers or out-of-tune singers. We say, please repeat this, my sound, and it doesn't work. So we make it the opposite way. Please sing the sound you want to choose, and I will repeat, but tell me if I repeat it good or not. So sometimes I repeat it not good and sometimes good. So what I want is that he has the feeling when it is in the same frequency, because some children don't understand what is the feeling of singing. For them, this is vocal and this is what do you want from me? They don't understand. So I needed once to have the experience. This, your sound and my sound now, do you feel that they're in the, yes, and now, no. So your ear is okay. It's not a problem of ear. The problem is that you don't find the sound. And most that happens in my experience a lot more in boys than in girls, and because they like to have like a man, yes, low sound. So they don't dare to go to high sounds. So for that, it's in another lecture, but I just mentioned very, very quickly. For that, I work with them individually and not musically. I tell him, okay, can you make an ambulance? Ooh, you have a high voice there. It's the same for singing. Ooh, okay, the ambulance is there. And he didn't realize that he has it there. So this is very interesting. The results of this 2 years experience, the pilot we did 2 years, is, we learned a lot from observing. 1, self-concept of the teacher as a choir conductor requires constant reflection and development because it's totally new for our music teachers in Israel. It was a big effort to them to change the program they are used to. Before coming to Budapest now, I invited the principal and the general teacher of the same class to see a choir class and reflect on it. I was curious to say what they see, because I wanted to tell you what they say about the class. I asked the principal of the school if she would like to support this project investigation for the next year. She said, text one, word by word, because I recorded, "If I have to continue with only one project in my school, it will be the choir class." She added, "I think all teachers need to learn from what happens here." The general teacher, that is most of the time with this class, said, "I heard the voices of some very shy children for the first time now at the choir class. They are always so silent and didn't hear their voices." We learned also the centrality of the aspiration to improve musical skills and artistic expression is imperious. We know that with unselected children it will take more time, but we should not give up excellence. At the beginning of this year, one of the 4 music teachers I mentioned in this investigation compared musicianship between 2 classes, one that had regular music lessons last year and one with a 1-year choir class program. And the difference surprised her very much. So she started to believe on the potential of this new approach. I emphasize that because in the beginning she said, why I need all that? I am used to my program, this is different. But then she understood that something is coming up. 3, success in performance in front of a public is a major boost for further efforts. So we make small concerts, one class to another class, one school to another school, and they have to be good in it. They want to be good. 4, we learned about the importance of working with marginal children in individual classes because they are ashamed if they are not so good. 5, we also learned that team spirit and group solidarity are essential for learning together. We can say now that children love the choir classes, participate gladly, and we enjoy this achievement very much. Yet we have some recurring doubts. Is there a way to share our experience with other school members and the staff and create a learning community staff not to feel so isolated? 2, can we address general problems of marginal children to help them more? Because if they feel good in music, it's okay, but they don't feel so good in others, so how can we help them more? 3, could we develop the concept of class choir into a program that would be available to other music teachers, but independently of this present team? Because we are every week there coaching the music teacher and seeing what happens. But is it possible to grow a little bit more and the teacher could be independent? So this we have to find out. To finish my presentation, allow me to share with you a short video that I recorded myself. So Sonia is going to help me with that. You are going to see different groups and some difficult situations. 1, a personal interview. No, not yet. Yes. A personal interview with Eden. Eden is a daughter of a drug-addicted lady that neglects hers. I am talking now about the high-risk children, yes? She comes each day after school with other children in high risk to get some help with homework and a hot meal, because they don't get that in their house. Eden has a very low personal image and refused to sing. It took 1.5 years to bring her and the whole group to stand together and sing. You will see that. It's very embarrassing. The situation was embarrassing for me to tape it, to film it, because for 12 children in the beginning, now we have 20, but in the beginning we had only 12, 4 adults, we couldn't get them to start a class. So the discipline was terrible. You will see also 2 sweet boys in the low background, economic, social, but not in high risk, that will conduct, and you will see how they feel. You will see the faces. The first one is checking eye contact for a long time, because I told them, you don't start before you see that everybody is you, so they need to be very concentrated. The second one, you will see there, you can see in his face that he is feeling so the song. 3, I also used to record students on their practicum to allow them to see and reflect on their conducting skills as they were studying in the College of Music Education. You will see one of my students practicing a session of very, very simple starting improvisation as warm-up with the syllable ping or pong like a bell in a normative choir, normative children's choir. After the video, I prepared you because it's very short, so you can know what you are going to see. After the video, I would like to have some time for your feedback on this project, allow questions, or make a short demonstration with your cooperation of some items that maybe will be for your interest, maybe the sound shower that maybe you don't know what it is. So now, Sonia, the video is coming. This is Eden. This is Eden.
Students perform the songs in different languages according to their country of origin: Arabic, Russian, Amharic, English, and Hebrew.
We translate the same song in different language from looking from which places they come. This is my student.
The relationship between individual and the group, and on the social presence of each through improvisation as an expression of creativity.
He's almost speaking, but it's okay, it's not a mistake. Eden again. You can see in her face how sad she is.
The Empowerment for Music program rewards all students. They learn
That's all. So, I finished my presentation, and yes, we have a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3, or I don't know how much time we have. Not so much?
We don't have time.
No, okay. Because, okay. I wanted to put my thank you slide.